Jamie with the implosion of our Imperium, and it's coming with the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. How will we cope with this change emotionally? Will we learn to speak to the world with a new humility and recreate structures within our own communities for sustainability? Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it. Well. Welcome back to another episode of That One Show That You Watch Sometime, brought to you in part by Monkey and a Computer in association with Lunchbox Productions. We're coming at you live 5x5 from all over the sky. And we appreciate you coming on down, coming on through, being the one that's right here with me and you when we're just in here doing whatever we do, because, you know, it's all about what we see and how we do it. Because it's pleasant. It's a pleasant time. Anyways, time to start the damn show. Ha! I pushed the wrong button. It's time to start the show. Can you even hear me? I hope you can, because if you can't, I don't care. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. I will be your host. My name is Manuel Chavez III, or the Turd, depending on how you know me. Okay, some people don't like me. That's fine. You know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinions. It's America. What do you think we live in? Germany? Or where do you think we live at? A place without free speech? I can only name 1,000 of them. What's the biggest one that I've ever heard of? Besides Germany? Maybe Israel. I don't know, man. I'm just a guy doing a show with you right here in the here and now, wondering, oh why has everything been given to me in such a way? Yep, so we had to take some time off or whatever. I was doing some work orders and shit. Oh my god, the fuck. Have you ever got paid for doing nothing? That's what my life was like for like the last couple of days. I was supposed to go install a bunch of computers at a bunch of Walmarts, but somehow, some way, all 3 of the work orders that I had lined up, I show up, I'm there, we're ready to go, and some weird stuff be happening with the stuff. They're like, well, they were here, and now they're not here. And I'm just all like, what do you mean they're not here? Like, what do you mean? You guys received them off the truck. You took them off the truck. You set them somewhere. They should be here. And they are not here. They have no idea where they are. It has happened 3 times in a row. Some crazy stuff. Don't know how that happened. Don't even care. Whatever. Into the new shit. But still. It just kind of makes you wonder. You get yourself all worked up and set up for one thing, and then you got to start something else right behind it. So what's up, Nick A? How you doing, Faded History, and everybody else out there in the chat? Sounds like the world is still in a woo shit. There is some shit happening in the world, my friends. I mean, I don't even really know how we could even say that it wasn't happening, because shit be happening, dog. Things has been going down. The peoples is on it. The things be happening. I don't understand what the dealio is. And then, you know what? Why is my thing not working? Being low. Hey, my chat thing's not working. Hey, chat thing, why are you working, you piece of crap? Whatever, dude. I don't even care, man. I don't even care. I'll just use the one on Rumble Studio. We're not about whining and crying. We're about making shit happen. So let's make the shit happen. There we go. Right there. Boom. Easy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. We got USA versus Canada tomorrow. Oh, dude, really? Hopefully the USA bonks that booty, you know what I'm saying? Canada be having some troubles and shit. I mean, Canada be having planes that be flying upside down and shit. Like, what the fuck, Canada, dude? Can't keep your planes on the ground and shit. People be crashing everywhere. But then who's the bigger asshole, Canada or Delta Airlines only offering $30K per passenger for the plane that crash landed upside down? Yeah. Gotta think about that one for a second. But yeah, if you were on Delta Airlines and your ass crash landed when you were landing, you hit the tarmac on the wheels, and then you ended up upside down, and then you got out of the plane, you're alive, and then Delta Airlines is like, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. We'll give you some money. We'll give you some money, okay? But it's only going to be $30K. $30K, okay? Hopefully that's good for you. $30K. Does that sound okay to you? Is that worth it to you? Is that what your life is worth? Sewer Guy Rob, my favorite person in the world, besides Cherie. Sewer Guy Rob, would you accept $30K for your almost death? I mean, I would take the $30K myself. Like, I could use $30K. But, like, if this was you, there's your plane flipping over. Is that ride worth $30K to you? That's what I'm asking. That's what I want to know from the people in the chat. Don't be sitting there all lazy and shit. Get on your phone. Tell me it. Let's be interactive. Let's go back and forth. You know, a lot be going on and shit. Planes be exploding and crashing and shit. Motherfuckers be having Elon Musk's babies and shit. You know, there's a lot going on, folks. It's not like it's just a simple thing. And, you know, maybe I thought at first, you know, maybe it isn't a big thing. Maybe there's just only a few things that be happening. Right? But who really knows? Yeah. I don't really know. You know what else I don't know? All the fucking shit that I had posted earlier of that plane crashing or whatever is gone from the Discord. What the hell? Sure, I survived, right? Yeah, you survived. You get 30K. That seems all right. Yeah, okay. I'm down with the Super Guy Rob. Super Guy Rob says that he survived. He's totally fine with it. 30K is good in his book. And you know what? That's right. You survived. I survived. We all survived. We didn't die in the fiery plane crash. 30K seems the least of that they could do. Seems the least that they could do. Although there's probably other people out there that want a lot more. They want like 100,000. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna be needing me like 100,000. What are you talking about? Yo, you're gonna give me $50? Like what? 30K? Nah. Hello, Mr. Jordan Soden. Whatever your name is. Oh, and hello to Spaldo. Yeah, so. Do we got breakdowns for you today? Maybe we do. I don't know. I'm just trying to get this shit on the road. Hey, you know what? I fixed the problem that I'm having. When I move my arms like this, it's like fucking instant. So let's think about this. Like, is the latency pretty good today? How's it for you? Does it feel pretty instant? What's up, Teddy? Manolo! Why do people call me Manolo Farragas? What is that? Who is that? I don't know who Manolo Farragas is, but mofos be calling me Manolo, and I'm just all like, who the hell is that? All these Mexican dudes at work be all like, oh yeah, si hablas español. Be like, no way, mofo. I say, no way, cabrón. Soy gringo, way. Pero si aprende, or si entiende, pero no puedo hablar. And they're always like, ¿por qué? And I'm like, I just fucking told you that. Like, what do you mean, ¿por qué? What do you mean, ¿por qué? My parents spoke English to me. They were like, you are going to be a Mexican. You ain't going to be, or sorry, they're like, you're going to be a white boy. You ain't going to be no Mexican. You'll never be a Mexican. Manuel. Anyways, that's fine. We're not even Mexican anyway. I think we're supposedly like Lebanese and Spanish and a bunch of other shit. I don't know. I should probably just do a DNA test at this point, but I don't want to give them my shit because then they'll be able to figure out a way to create a virus and try to kill me. And I don't really want to have to deal with that already. I already like the spot that I'm in right now where, you know, they know I'm around. They know they can't do anything about me, so they just leave me alone. Which is a good place, you know? You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. We don't fuck with each other. It seems like a real simple thing. Simple thing. Okay? It's the most simplest of things. Okay? Yeah. Manolo from Scarface. Oh, really? Scarface? You know, if I told you that I've never really like watched that movie, I've only seen bits and pieces of it. You know, would you believe that? Well, I mean, you'd have to because like that's the fucking truth. That's the fucking truth. Okay. So, anyways, let's get to the bulk of the story. Although, you know what? Fuck. Shit! I just noticed that the ad blocker is off. Yeah, my ad blocker is off, bro. What's going on with my ad blocker? Oh, yeah, that's right. My server went down earlier. I had to restart that shit. Hold up. I got to fix something real quick. This is a live show. What do you want from me? Nothing. I can't give you anything. You can't be asking me for nothing. Stop it. Stop it. This show is about me earning money for doing nothing. So either get with the program or whatever. Is that good enough? And then he wonders, oh no. All right, let's copy that. Paste that into there. Okay, it's in. And then I gotta go. I gotta put these other DNS servers in. So I might lose you guys, alright? So, but like, you know what? I don't give two shit. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't know. It's like somebody dropped a bomb on my shit or something like that. LOL. Let's see. Did it work? I just changed the DNS servers. Yeah, it worked. Okay, cool. Cool. Refresh. Fuck your ads, bitch. Anyways. Yeah, see, don't you like it when you can just instantly change stuff on your computer, like networking, and be live streaming, and then nothing breaks? It's great. It's commonly referred to as a given name or affectionate shorthand for Spanish-speaking cultures. Oh, really? That's good. That's good. That's good. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, also, is that the diminutive nickname for Manuel itself, and it comes from the Hebrew name Emmanuel, meaning God is with us. What? God's with us? Where the hell's he at, bro? What the hell, God? You're here? What? Do you see what's going on in Israel? What's happening to the Palestinians and shit? Why don't you do something about that shit? Goddamn, what the fuck, man? Sorry, I apologize, God. I am but a lowly servant. I am but a lowly servant, and I'm not even supposed to be here. Anyway. So the story of the day, or the stories of the day, is that, holy shit, what the hell just happened? What the hell? What the hell is that? It just backed up on its own. That's weird. Yeah, Doc Rocks did not know that Manny means God is with us. Yeah, that's exactly what it means. That's what Manny means. My name is short for Emmanuel. That's why I say I'm Manuel, because I am Space Manuel. Get it? Do you understand? You probably get it, but that's fine. You don't really get it. You're never really gonna get it. Not till I'm dead. All right, here's the best dictator Ukraine has ever seen. Dude's been taking American tax dollars like it's his fucking job, and he's still pissed. He's pissed, bro. Also, my last name, Chavez, means keys.
Між Америкою і Росією. Ну, тобто, на жаль, президент Трамп з великою повагою до нього відноситься як до лідера народу, який ми дуже поважаємо, який нас постійно підтримує. На жаль, живе в цьому дезінформаційному просторі.
Trimagustus. God, I love this little dictator. But you know what? It gives me faith. I could be a country's dictator. I'm a little short, fat guy like this. All I gotta do is lose a little bit of weight, check my dick around. I could be running the country.
На завтра запланована наша зустріч з генералом Келлогом. І для нас дуже важливо, щоб зустріч і взагалі робота з Америкою була конструктивною. Разом з Америкою і Європою мир може бути надійніше. І це є нашою метою. Головне, щоб це було не тільки наше.
You couldn't get a translator? All you're going to give me are these little words on the screen that I got to read? Dude, this is 2025. We got AI and shit. Get with the program. We could make this guy sound like Donald Trump if we wanted to. Imagine if every video on the internet was just automatically re-encoded with AI with insert voice of your choice. Fuck! That's a bazillion-dollar idea right there. God damn it, and I just told everybody about it. All right, fuck, if you steal my idea, you just gotta send me some money. Just, like, hook a brother up. Jesus Christ. Don't be a stingy bitch, okay? Ugh. Fuck. Every time. Every time I come up with something like that. Every fucking time. That's fine, though. Is this thing still live? I mean, I think it's still live or whatever. Everybody just stopped talking after that last comment. Come on, move it along, bitches. Like, what the fuck? Don't be having, what do you call it? Don't be having, like, metaphysical faith shit right now. We don't need that. Okay? So, yes, relations between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and U.S. President Donald Trump have deteriorated rapidly at a pace completely unseen, unheard of in the entirety of the United States. Yep. Zelensky said Trump was living in a Russian-made disinformation space, and Trump called Zelensky a dictator without elections. In the comments, and they're still going at it today. So it sounds like whatever Trump had said about ending this whole Ukraine conflict, yeah, interesting. Sewer Guy Rob says, still alive. All right, we got Jordan Snowden. If you build it, he will come. He admitted he doesn't know where all the money went. He owns 6 homes, and one of them is in Florida, and he knows where the money went. Yeah. Zelensky, we know you know where the money went, Zelensky. There's no way that you can tell us that you don't know where the money is. You know where the money is, Lebowski. Show it to me. Give me the money, Lebowski. Dude, he loves money more than he loves his people. $100 billion, right, is missing, or something like that, right? They got $175 billion. What was the population of Ukraine before the war? What was the population now? What's the difference in the amount, or, better yet, how many people have died in the war? And how many dollars have been given to them? And then what's the calculation? What percentage of those dollars? How many dollars? Put that together. Look, go ask Grok that shit and prepare to just lose your absolute shit to find out, what a life is worth, right? And that's what Zelensky wants. He wants to keep fighting. And Trump is calling him a dictator because that's exactly what he is, right? He hasn't had elections. There should be elections in his country so they can try to get another president, maybe go in a different direction. But no. He just wants to keep getting money, and he keeps wanting to go at Russia. Yes, U.S., give us more money. Give us more missiles. Treat us like the Israelis you love so much. Thank you. Anyways, I don't think it's a good situation. Zelensky's trying to tell the Trump team to be more truthful, right? Be more truthful on what? Like, I feel like Trump's pretty straight up in all the damn things that he's been saying. And he says he's striking back at Trump for claims that he made, including falsely suggesting Kiev was to blame for the war, which enters its 4th year next week. 4 years, dude. 4 years, yeah. Wait, you think he put it in meme coins? Dude, there's no way he put that shit in meme coins. If you put it in meme coins, that's legit messed up. Okay, that's super jacked. Like, honestly, messed up. Super messed up, okay? So, we got a back and forth coming up. We got Zelensky pissed off at Trump being all like, fuck you, motherfucker. And then this is what the senators are like.
This is outrageous. It's outrageous and not humorous that the president does these sorts of things. goes off on wild tangents and says things that are clearly false. What is really hurtful about this the most is with the sacrifice of the Ukrainian people that we know has taken place. Thousands have died
Zelensky
defending
is a
their
con
country,
man.
and for the president to argue that they were somehow the aggressor in this action is disgraceful.
I think President Trump, on behalf of the American people, is trying to negotiate a peace between Russia and Ukraine. He talked about it a lot on the campaign trail. He said he wanted to bring peace. The war's gone on long enough, and I think he's going to deliver on that. So how we get there, I trust President Trump. He's a master negotiator, and I think he's going to get to a lasting peace.
Here's where I disagree with the White House. To the extent that the White House said that Ukraine started the war, I disagree. I think Vladimir Putin started the war. I also believe, through bitter experience, that
Yeah,
Vladimir
Dick is
Putin
pissed
is a
because he ain't
gangster.
getting no aid no more.
He's a gangster with a black heart. I don't. He makes Jeffrey Dahmer look
What's wrong with having a black heart, bitch? Talk more shit,
like Mother Teresa.
motherfucker.
He has Stalin's taste for blood.
I can't tell what this administration is planning.
NATO started
I
the
will tell
war.
you this: Vladimir Putin is a thug and a dictator. He
Vladimir
invaded
Putin is a
Ukraine.
thug and a
He'll look
dictator.
for
Fuck
another
him.
target if he ends up keeping territory from this one.
1 million people have
How's he gonna get another target, dude? They can't even take down the one. You think he's gonna pick another country to go after? I mean, Ukraine was like the weakest fucking one.
died. And thankfully, we have a president with the guts to stand up on the world stage and try to end this thing. That's what I
Yeah.
support.
I don't
Thanks.
want to get between President Zelensky and President Trump. I never get between a dog and a fire hydrant, man. That's the way I live my life. I think they're both good men. I think
I don't get between a dog and a fire hydrant. I'm gonna use that one. That's a
they
good one.
both want the same thing. And I think we will get there.
Yeah, I don't think they want the same thing. Trump wants peace. Zelensky doesn't want peace. And Zelensky wants to be part of it because he thinks that he should be allowed to be, at the table with the big boy, even though he's kind of proven that he's just a teenager with the coke habit.
Rather than speak the truth, rather than acknowledge Vladimir Putin's role in starting this war, President Trump amazingly.
Oh shit, we got a super chat, dude. I missed it, bro. Wait. We added a follower, but that was 2 days ago. Don't worry about that one. Who cares about that one? That dude followed a couple days ago. We care about Teddy, yeah, dude. Teddy said it was 99 cents. 99 cents. Money, 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 money. Money. Money, 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 money. Money. Anyways, thank you for your money. I'm not sure why you didn't put a message on it, but that's fine. You don't need to say anything. I'll take your money anyway. Ha ha!
Blamed Ukraine for Putin's invasion. To quote the president, "You should never have started it," he said. He was saying that to President Zelensky. This is
Yeah, to Zelensky, you should have never provoked a bear.
disgusting, disgusting, after how this man has fought so hard and so valiantly.
Hard and valiantly? Zelensky has not picked up a rifle. He has not shot a man. He's done nothing but blow cocaine up his nose and tell people what to do.
And it deliberately distorts the truth.
And then he stands up there deliberately distorting the truth about the situation. Will he call him a dictator? Probably not.
It's just awful to see an American president, it's disgusting to see an American president turn against one of our friends and openly side with a thug like Vladimir Putin. It's shameful to hear the president repeat Putin's propaganda while laying the groundwork for negotiations that favor Russia at Ukraine's expense.
The
The people of Ukraine did not start this war. Vladimir Putin did.
You notice how they just call it a war?
Ukrainians have fought and died on the battlefield to defend their home. The suffering and destruction of the Ukrainian country and the Ukrainian people that they have endured is staggering. All because
There's an accessibility mode? No, I don't want that. I don't fucking want that. I don't know. I can't listen to Chucky Schumer, dude. Fuck that guy. Fuck Chuck Schumer. He's a boomer. Chuck Schumer, the boomer doomer that doesn't know shit. Yeah. I mean, honestly, the more I look into this, it's like, it's pretty clear. You know, Trump just wants to deal with somebody else. He doesn't want to deal with Zelensky because he understands that Zelensky is basically money mad, I guess, if that's the way to put it. He's so intoxicated by all the money and power that he's gotten that he's basically not willing to agree to the terms of anything because, like, in his crazy, deluded brain, he thinks that he can win this fucking war, which is crazy, right? Like, he can't. He could never win it. The United States could win it. The United States and its people could do all of this stuff to win it, but, like, are they winning it? I don't think so. You know, they're holding people back and taking other territory that doesn't fucking matter. And what's the course? You know, the second that Zelensky started actually trying to take Russian territory and stop defending his own, you know, the whole entire thing kind of seemed to be pretty clear on what they were actually trying to do, right? So many people have died. So many people are around. And, you know, Trump is just kind of pushing it like, dude, this guy's not the dude to handle this situation. He's too involved with it. He's too deep in it. He needs to be investigated. You know, we need to figure out where all this money has gone because, you know, it shouldn't have cost this much money to stop the Russians, okay? It should have been a lot cheaper. They got a bunch of old shit, okay? They got a bunch of old shit, and their shit's all retarded. So none of this makes any sense, right? None of it makes any sense. Yep. Mm-hmm. And you're right, Virginia. So there was a treaty not to have NATO in Ukraine, and Ukraine broke the treaty, and it had civil war for years. Correct. And then after that, you know, it's all this other shit. So, you know, they can say, oh, it was Russia that started it, but we all know the truth. It's just like, you know, the whole Israel-Palestine conflict. They're going to tell you that it was Hamas, but everybody knows that it was Israel that started that shit. And it started a long-ass time ago. You can't deny it, and if you try to, you're either blind or just unable to see reality for what it is, which is crazy to think, right? It's crazy to think. So, are we gonna have this situation? Is it gonna work? Are people gonna come forward and finally finish this? Because that seems to be what Trump wants. And gave that life to me.
But think of it, a modestly successful comedian, President Zelensky, talked the United States of America into spending $350 billion to go into a war that basically couldn't be won, that never had to start and never would have started if I was president, not even a chance. And it didn't start for 4 years. He refuses to have elections, is low in the real Ukrainian polls. I mean, how can you be high with every city is being demolished? It's hard to be high. Somebody said, oh, no, his polls are good. Give me a break. Every city is being demolished. They look like a demolition site, every single one of them. And the only thing he was really good at was playing Joe Biden like a fiddle. He played him like a fiddle. That's an expression we use, yes, sir, to say that he's pretty easy. Him like a fiddle. Easy. Something I'll admit that only Trump is going to be able to do in the Trump administration. We're going to be able to do it. I think Putin even admitted that. Biden never tried. Europe has failed to bring peace, and Zelensky probably wants to, maybe he wants to keep the gravy train going. I don't know what's the problem, but he hasn't been able. He's very upset that he wasn't invited. He could have come if he wanted to, but that he wasn't invited to Saudi Arabia. But he's been working for 3 years. There's never been even meetings or phone calls to stop this war. It's a horrible thing. I love Ukraine, but Zelensky has done a terrible job. His country is shattered, and millions of people have unnecessarily died. And you can't bring a war to an end if you don't talk to both sides. You got to talk. They haven't been talking for 3 years.
Yep. You know, Trump puts that into perspective. It's been 3 years since they've had any type of discussion over anything, and it's just been war. And it's not like Russia's the one that's refusing to do any of the talking. it's Zelensky. Right now, they're going to try to DARVO the shit out of the situation so that, oh, this person's bad or whatever. But the reality here is that Zelensky got tons of fucking money. He got tons of money, and he hasn't been able to finish the job. So why not have an election and get somebody else in there and take a break? You know, you've been in there for a long time, but no, Zelensky doesn't want to do that. He's power mad. He's crazed. It's impossible for him because, as he said, he doesn't want the gravy train to die. Right? He don't want the gravy train to go away for him at all. Like $350 billion, right? Zelensky talked the United States into spending $350 billion to go into a war that couldn't be won and never had to start, but that war that he, with the U.S. and Trump, will never be able to settle. Yep. And it puts it into perspective, too, where, okay, so what, he had to get a direct invite and let it be known that he needed to go to that thing? Like, we're having a meeting, you know, you should probably show up, and him not showing up kind of just shows that he doesn't want to be a part of this. He just wants to keep that money train alive, right? Like, holy shit. Bro, millions and millions and billions. I need the billions of dollars for that, right? They need to have an election, and if he actually wins it without any fuckery, okay then, cool. But I just don't see that shit happening. No way. It ain't happening, dude. This dude is literally no. Right? No. Negative. Negatory. Negatory.
Message for Ukrainians who, after 3 years of fighting, might feel betrayed or disappointed at not having a seat at these initial talks in Saudi Arabia?
Well, I think I'm really disappointed in what's happened. I've been watching this for 3 years. It's a war that would have never happened if I was president. And I've been watching these people being killed at levels that you've rarely seen, not even close, since the Second World War. And I'm very disappointed. I hear that, they're upset about not having a seat. Well, they've had a seat for 3 years and a long time before that. This could have been settled very easily. Just a half-baked negotiator could have settled this years ago without
a half-baked negotiator could have settled this years ago. I don't know about all that. I mean, some people would argue that Trump is a half-baked negotiator, and you said you were going to get it done day one, motherfucker. I'm not trying to talk too much shit right now, but it's been a couple of weeks, dog. Been a couple of weeks. What's up?
I think without the loss of much land, very little land, without the loss of any lives, and I think I have the power to end this war. And I think it's going very well. But today I heard, we weren't invited. Well, you've been there for 3 years. You should have ended it 3 years. You should have never started it. You could have made a deal. I could have made a deal for Ukraine that would have given them.
That's true, Blurple. Blurple. He doesn't need an invite to come over and beg us for money. No, he doesn't. And he wanted that shit. He wanted that shit for sure.
Almost all of the land, everything, almost all of the land, and no people would have been killed, and no city would have been demolished, and not one dome would have been knocked down.
Not one
dome. But
they
chose not to do it that way.
Yeah, dude. I'll get some dome. I'll take some dome. Hell, it makes it, yeah, on Ukraine's responsibility for starting the war. The facts, according to The Guardian, Russian invasion of Ukraine was unprovoked and widely condemned by the international community as an act of aggression. Holy shit, that's exactly the same shit as what's it called? Israel, Palestine. What the fuck? That is exactly the same shit. Anyways, lead up to the Russian invasion in Ukraine on February 24th of 2022, Zelensky repeatedly offered to meet his Russian counterpart 5 days before Russian troops rolled into Ukraine, and Zelensky said, "We are ready to sit down and speak. Pick the platform you like." Well, think about that. February 2022. Hey, February 24th ain't too far away, bro. Do you smell one of those Trump setups coming on? Because I smell a Trump setup right now. On the 24th, he's going to get it done. And it's all a show, maybe? Anyways, it's a possibility. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Yep, that's right. That's right. So, yeah, they're saying Trump is wrong. And they're saying it started on this day, exactly the same thing that the Israelis try to do with Palestine when they don't want to talk about what they were doing a few years prior or like a week prior or like the day right before. You know, they don't want to talk about who provoked what. It's not about that. It's about the narrative and whose part of the narrative is going to stay at the top, right? And it's hard for them because, you know, they got to utilize and assemble all of these different narrative strategies to attack the situation, but $350 billion for Ukraine seems like quite a bit. I don't like how? What? Like, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And I mean, that seems twice as much as the $175 billion. So what are they even saying? We gave them $175 billion cash, and we also gave them $175 billion in weapons. Ooh, shit. Yeah, kind of seems pretty fucked up, to be perfectly blunt, frank, all over the place in all of this. And you gotta be like, yo, what else is happening? Is it because there's some other people out there in the world that are getting sidelined by all of this? Like Macron? Well, we all know why Macron is really getting sidelined is because he's married to a man. I mean, a woman. It's ma'am. It's ma'am. I smell weed, but that can only be weed.
And I'm prepared is on the ground alongside others.
Really?
If there is a lasting peace agreement. But there must be a US backstop. Because a US security guarantee is the only way to effectively deter Russia from attacking Ukraine again.
Wait, what? So wait, Britain's like, well, we'll put troops on the ground if the United States is the backstop on it? What? You pussy-ass bitches, you guys couldn't defend Ukraine if your fucking lives depended on it. You ain't got the people. Half of your population is fucking Muslims now. Like, shut up. You got about as much bargaining power as the Queen of England at a bar in the South.
Hier wird über die Köpfe der Ukraine hinweg über das Ergebnis von Friedensgesprächen, die nicht stattgefunden haben und bei denen die Ukraine nicht Ja gesagt hat und nicht am Tisch gesessen hat, über mögliche Varianten von Ergebnissen gesprochen. Das ist höchst unangemessen, um es ganz offen und ehrlich zu sagen.
I am very concerned about making a fast ceasefire because it can actually give Putin and Russia a better possibility to go back to Russia and to re-ramp and to mobilize again, attack Ukraine or another country in Europe.
Oh, cool. So all the countries in Europe are like, no, Trump, you can't just walk out of this shit. We need you. We need you to keep this united front together because if we don't have America, we fucking fall apart. Like little greasy bitches. Yep. Oh, dude, speaking of Macron and his wife husband or whatever, you know, there he is, right? The most progressive couple in politics right there. Yeah, dude, we're broke. Wait, we're 100% broke. And then all of these other broke-ass countries that are getting broke with immigration are trying to do it. You know, whoever wanted to break the world with immigration, whoever came up with that fucking idea just decidedly, you know, wins the whole entire round, don't they? Pretty nuts, dude. Pretty nuts, you know. When you look at the leaders of all these other countries, I just see weak fucking men. And you know what? People look at me and see a weak man. So tell me about that fucking conundrum. I just look at all of these leaders and I see people that have allowed their countries to become just completely destroyed and unrecognizable. And at the same time, none of these people are willing to step forward and be truthful about this situation with fucking Ukraine. Like, okay, yeah, like, let's triple fucking down on this thing and just start the world war already. Because that sounds like what you want. Like, you guys sound like you guys want to actually attack Russia. That's what this is starting to sound like, right? And that seems pretty fucked up, to just be perfectly frank, right? You know, their third way doesn't seem like a very, very good way. They're calling it the third way, but it seems like the third way is just the euphemism for World War fucking III, bro. World War fucking III! It's bonkers. The shit doesn't make any goddamn sense. I feel like we should be taking fucking crazy pills at this point, but, you know, immodesty aside, you know, here's Trump on Zelensky. Think of it, a modestly successful comedian spending $350 billion to go to war that could have been won. Yep, the United States spent $200 billion more than Europe, and Europe's money is guaranteed. While the United States will not be getting nothing back. Why didn't Sleepy Joe Biden demand equalization? In that this war is far more important to Europe than it is to us. We have a big, beautiful ocean of separation. On top of this, Zelensky admits that half of the money that we sent him is missing. He refuses to have election, is very low in Ukrainian polls, and the only thing that he was good at was playing Biden like a fiddle. A dictator without elections. Zelensky better move fast or he's going to have no country left. In the meantime, we're all successfully negotiating an end to the war with Russia, something I'll admit only Trump and the Trump administration can do, and Biden never tried. Europe has failed to bring peace, and Zelensky probably wants to keep the gravy train going. I love Ukraine, but Zelensky has done a terrible job. This country is shattered and millions of unnecessary died. And so it continues. Yep. Think about these deals. Why? Why did they do this to us? Why do they think it's okay? I don't know. I don't think I'll ever know. Yeah, dude. I don't think I'll ever know. But that's okay, bros. You know, things could get a lot worse in life, you know. Things could get worse in life. But then again, you know, you could be Nick Rekieta and admit that and finally be man enough to admit that you're gay as they come. You're the gayest motherfucker on the planet. That's right. That's real right there. Nick Rekieta Law coming out as gay. Saying he's a flamer. Oh my effing God, how hard do I have to say it? I mean, I guess if people didn't know, you know, now you know. So, you know, congratulations to Nick Rekieta for coming out as a homo. I knew you were gay. I knew you loved the cock. I knew you were out there at those gay swinger parties sucking them with your, you know, where were they? Were they Brazilian? I can't remember. There's so much lore to go back on. But you know what? Congratulations, Nick Rekieta. You're gay. Congrats. I mean, all the signs were there. He drives a Mustang, Shelby GT500, basically the gayest thing that you could do as a man. You might as well just fucking put a sign on your back and just say, I'm gay. you buy a GT500 from Shelby, you're gay. Or you're so deep in the closet, you don't even know you're gay. I don't know. Have I offended everyone yet? Because if not, I got to keep going, right? I got to keep going. Yeah, super gay. Ultra gay. So, yeah, Nick Rekieta he's gay. He finally admitted it. And you know what? Congratulations to this man's, congratulations for coming out of that closet, bro. We all knew it. It's just like when you said that you weren't a swinger and you weren't a drug dealer and your kids didn't get into your coke and you didn't have coke in your house and all that other shit. Just like the truth will set you free. Why do you think I'm so free? It's because I tell the truth all the fucking time and just everybody's like, now, fuck him. That's not even true. And they just don't understand. I have powers. Anyways. In other news, I just saw this over on Kiwi Farms. But yeah, also, Nick Rekieta is apparently getting subpoenaed in a case that has something to do with Aaron Imholt, who's another fucking YouTuber. And Aaron Imholt apparently got put in jail for revenge porn. This shit is crazy. So yeah, here's the TLDR on that. I mean, honestly, I don't know how I fell into it with all of these people, but I'm glad
Nick
that I'm the
Rekieta says he has
out.
been subpoenaed to testify in Aaron Imholt's upcoming trial. Imholt stands accused of sharing nude photos of Nick Rekieta's wife with failed comedian Gino Bisconti.
Nobody cares if Nick's gay. You're right. Nobody cares. But you cared, so shut up, poor man's gold, you fag. Yeah, super gayness. So yeah, Nick Rekieta, who was in a cuckold type relation with Aaron Imholt and April Imholt with his wife. They were like having a swinger thing where like they were banging each other's, partners and sometimes banging each other and chucking each other off. So, you just got to think that's what was happening. You got to look at, we got to pull up a picture of Aaron Imholt real quick. Yes. There we go. New Mexico podcaster arrested after live streaming crime. Wow, he allegedly live streamed a crime? Disseminating private sexual images without consent? Yeah, apparently he's also in jail, actually. Wait, I'm pretty sure I can find, there was a funny-ass video on YouTube about this. What is it? Aaron Imholt. There you go. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's see. It was recent. And it was on that one bitch's channel. Fuck, what the fuck is her name? What is her name? Elisa Clips? Yeah, what happened to her channel? I used to see that shit. all the time, but now I don't even know where it went. Now I just feel like an asshole that I can't even find it. What the fuck? Elisa Clips? Did she get fucking banned or something? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, wait, no. There it is. Oh, they're just taking her out of the algorithm. Okay, I see what's happening over here. That's what it is. Yo, like, what the fuck? Dude, wasn't there like a funny-ass video of him saying he's like going to jail or some shit like that? Alright, fucking A. Now I just feel retarded. Going to jail. I'm going to jail! That's what he said. Wait, no, it's still not even pulling anything up from like 5 months ago? What the fuck? Alright. You know what? Fuck it. It's fine. We didn't even look it up anyway, dude. Nobody even cares about this shit. Nobody even cares about that shit. Whatever. Thumbs and forwards were soon more than 50. Oh yeah, you should basically hit the like button. And yes, Greek, he still owes Monty $300. Monty is the king. Forever live I can't believe Monty beat him in that shit. That's just fucking hilarious. Doc Rock's been seeing a lot of crap on X dealing with Sophia. No way, dude. Stop. I wouldn't even look at that shit, bro. They're up to no good. My birthday's coming up, so they're probably going to try to sue me or some shit again. Or ruin my life in some kind of way, just like their normal shit. Yeah, maybe Nick and Aaron can shower together in jail. I don't think I don't think Nick's going to jail, son. I think he got out. So unless, Nick gets caught with like a bunch of cocaine or a bunch of other shit, Nick ain't fucking got nothing to deal with. He ain't got nothing to do. There ain't nothing wrong. He's good. As it were, he was good. Maybe it was on fucking Twitter. Holty. It's probably on Twitter. Oh, shit, dude. World exclusive. April summoned in the Aaron M. Holt revenge porn criminal case. It looks like April Anderson will be joining the elderly aspiring comedian Gino Biscotti and his legal expert wife, Keanu C. Thompson. Legal expert? Oh my god, dude. That is just insane.
Jail for revenge porn.
There it is! I found it!
I'm going to jail for revenge porn, motherfucker.
I just want you to look at that guy's face right there. That's the face that had Nick Rekieta's dick in his mouth. And then vice versa. That's the face that Nick Rekieta, he had that guy's dick in his mouth. That's crazy, bro. YouTube be wild these days, okay? YouTube is nothing like it was back in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? YouTube was crazy in the 2000s, but now this shit is wild, bro. Yeah, wild. Yep, he's currently in custody in Stearns County Jail following a warrant for aggressive revenge pornography and allegedly non-consensually distributing nude images of his Rekieta's lost wife with her intent to harass. Yeah, this is a weird fucking world, son. Can't believe I found it, dude. That was so great. Such a dumb bitch, dude. Yeah, it was Shamu. This guy was the dude that posted it. It was this guy that posted it. I think I have some other stuff from it. Oh, it's just right there. That's hilarious. This shit is hilarious, bro. Dude, just imagine, dude, like Nick Rekieta fucking got busted with a bunch of coke, had to plea out, barely get by on a sweetheart deal because he's never been arrested before. Like one arrest for something criminal and he was fucked, but he didn't have it because he was just a clean boy. And then in the middle of trying to be the hero and beat Nick Rekieta, Aaron M. Holt shares a naked picture of Nick's wife and then just completely destroys himself and then actually ends up in jail. Like, did Nick actually ever spend any time in jail? Yeah. And the cocaine bullets, no, he didn't, I don't think. Aaron has spent more time in jail than Nick will for his shit. So, like, having a shitload of cocaine is apparently less a crime than sharing an unconsensual nude photo of someone, which is kind of crazy to think about. I'm not condoning either things. I mean, I don't like coke. I just like the way that it smells. But, like, seriously, bro, this is intense shit. Right? So there has been some updates, right? There's been a little bit of updates on all the different stuff. And speaking of revenge pornography, I guess, and people that, are basically the biggest, shittiest people in the world. Another person that apparently hasn't gone to jail for revenge porn. See, which leads to the next question is, why has Destiny not been arrested? Because the circumstances of the situation are similar, very similar. Like Aaron Imholt shared it on a private Discord or sent a text message or something to a few people, but he talked about it online, right, while he was on his live stream. So that's how they got him dead to rights or whatever. But with Destiny, we got 18 different girls that are coming forward saying that they received nudes of other girls that did not give their consent or whatever. And it's basically the same situation, right? Basically the same situation. I think the only difference here is that in one occasion, one dude sent it to a few people, and on this occasion, it's not just one time that he sent it out to a bunch of people. It's about a bunch of times. And it's a bunch of different people. But then again, maybe Aaron Himmelholt needs to look at the Destiny defense.
Obviously, I don't want to publicize the leaks because, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says in this, I am a victim in this. Unarguably, the largest victim. I was the target of this, and I've been. Obviously, I don't want to publicize the leaks because, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says in this, I am a victim in this. Unarguably, the largest victim. I was the target of this, and I've been.
He's the victim. The largest victim. He was the target of this. How toxic do you have to be as a human being to not take responsibility for fucking up and already admitting that you fucked up? And then take it to a level to tell everybody that, yeah, you're the largest victim of this whole situation. Literally, he's not even facing criminal charges or anything. He's getting sued civilly. So, what the fuck, right? I looked up the laws. They're very similar in both the states. This guy should be in fucking jail. Why is he not? What's going on? Why didn't they go to the police? So many fucking questions, dude. So many fucking questions. Here's even more.
That the Substack that Andrea wrote was so unbelievably unhinged that the only possible way I would have agreed to settle anything would have been she had to retract 80% of that. But the issue is that I don't know if there's any world where she ever would have been willing to, because it makes her look so bad. But I think the issue is that she maneuvered herself into a totally unfuckable position where the situation was just so screwed up that she's looking for me to try to settle something, but she's already inflicted maximum possible damage on me. That the Substack.
He's blaming her for him being damaged, and let me remind you that he's the one that took the porno videos. He's the one that sent them to various different people on the internet while gooning and trying to get those people to send him more videos so that he could repeat the cycle. But in this situation, he's the victim because they ended up over on kiwi farms. Even though they would have never ended up on kiwi farms if he didn't break the law, send them to people without people's permission, and then create the whole fucking situation in the first place. Yeah, bro, you're in between a rock and a hard place because you basically committed the ultimate sin against a woman, right? You just don't do that, right? You don't fucking do that. But, this is the type of shit, right? We've heard about it before, and I've seen other people do it, like Rosalert's doing this right now, but it's called DARVO. Deny, attack, and reverse victim an offender. The abuser denies that they did anything wrong and downplays the incident. Attack. The abuser attacks the credibility of their accuser, making them seem untrustworthy. Reverse victim and offender. The abuser convinces others that they are the victim, and the accuser is the abuser. That's it. That's it. That's exactly what it is right there. And he just spelled it out in the last two videos that we just watched, right? 100%. It's exactly what he's doing. Except for he might be doing it a little backwards. He's doing RVO da, where he's basically reversing himself, creating himself being the victim, denying any wrongdoing, and then attacking the accuser as the abuser because there's nothing else that he could do in that situation. Yep, sounds like the T-Man, right? And if you look at this, this is actually in connection with Roz alerts, perfectly following the DARVO handbook. Deny wrongdoing, attack the credibility of those bringing light his behavior, and reverse victim and offender by becoming the victim in this suicide threat. Well, Diligent Denizen, one of the people that was hanging around with Roz alerts and doing all of this bullshit with him, if anyone on this platform can contact Roz alerts, they should or do so. He's not responding to messages. He has reached out to other accounts talking about being self-deleted. Yeah. Think about that. Look at him attacking everybody.
At the official 1984.
Why didn't it read it? Why didn't it read it?
I can think of at least 50 to 100 large creators, news accounts, journalists, etc. who were online friends with RAWS, and quite a few of them that met him at events in real life. They are all silent now, for
they're all silent because nobody wants to get on the side of a dude that pretends to be a puppy, which is age play, which is definitely like being a pedo.
For fear of being dragged by the new woke mob. Fear of being cancelled, guilt by association. No one knew of his private life. It's not like he shared his sex life on the account we all know him from.
It seems hard to believe that you wouldn't have noticed any of those things happening when he was hanging out with you. People like that usually tend to not be able to hide that sort of thing.
It's funny how many of those creators are demanding asking for me to speak up or do something, because they are afraid of the wrath of doing so themselves.
And now he's attacking the real 1984, saying, "Oh well, that guy did this to me."
Who I've been friends with for years, photoshopped a normal picture of me in with RAWS gay dog pics, admitted to it, then left it up to circulate around the internet. 1984 pretends that he's always been some hardcore griper, but before he figured out saying it's the Jews and calling people cucks could gain you a following on this platform, he was actually pretty moderate. Back in the days when he was in the early Alpha Fox community, he was friends with gay people himself. I'm not saying he's gay. We both used to compare notes on women we were interested in, but he wasn't the anti-gay he claims to be now. I won't dox DMs or personal info, but if 1984 wants to deny any of this, I can provide receipts. It's sad to see what you've become, TBH. A completely fake and fabricated talking head that just uses right-wing controversial positions for attention.
Really? Hey, Diligent Denizen, you don't do the same thing? You don't just pal up with other weirdos on the internet so that you guys can grow your accounts while trying to pretend like you're the best of the best out there?
Included a screenshot of me in a picture with RAWS outside its starbase in TX, at Starship launch, and threw it in on the screen along with all of RAWS gay dog crap in a video that now has over 1 million views. When I asked her why she would include my starbase picture in with all of the sexual deviant imagery, her response was, "I didn't include you because there was zero proof," but obviously she had, for the clicks I'm guessing. I didn't ask her take the video down, I did ask her to publicly clarify why she would add my ex account and fake content. She ignored me until I said I'd let an attorney handle it.
Oh, really? So, a reporter used a photograph that you posted yourself to your fucking account that showed raw alerts clearly, and it allowed everybody to 100% confirm that the puppy person was indeed him, and you think it's bad that a reporter put it up there with the rest of the imagery. I mean, it's literally the fucking proof. So you're telling us that we're not allowed to use the proof because it's on your account because you don't want to attack people? I mean, that's fucked up, bro. Shit is fucked up. Earlier today, I received a DM from this account threatening self-deletion. I do not know this person. I'm only vaguely familiar with the account and only follow it for updates. I immediately reported the threat of self-harm to X and was unsure if somebody was just hacking the account. Considering the story is now surfacing on this platform, I decided to post this in case a serious threat. Oh, and look, it is. It's Rawlers. He's reaching out to everybody and DMing them about it. Help me! And you know, everybody went out there and said that there was zero proof that Diligent Denizen had anything to do with the puppy stuff that the dude was doing. The only reason he shows up is because he was hanging out with him at Starbase. And apparently they used to have, I don't know, almost nightly fucking Twitter spaces where they were talking to each other. I mean, shit. Up until the expose, yeah, all of the same stuff. All the same stuff has been happening. And he's saying, oh, they're photoshopping and lying on me. Nobody's fucking lying on you, dude. You're just getting fucking all ass hurt because people decided to put some things together, right? They just put a couple of things together, and instead of you coming forward and being all manly about it and telling people the reality, you know, you kind of cucked out. Just like Roz Alerts, he put out a big old long thing talking about, oh, I am a victim and I try to do all this stuff. And, but yeah, if you go right here, sacrificing personal time and privacy. Let me be absolutely clear. False and malicious accusations have been made about me and my sexuality, and these defamatory rumors are desperately being spread. These attacks are not only deeply disturbing, but a blatant attempt to damage my character and reputation. What the fuck? I'm gonna have the robot read this shit because it sounds
Yes,
gayer.
I am a proud gay man and a proud Republican. My sexuality is not a secret, nor is it something I have ever been ashamed of.
Oh, so
being gay.
What you're saying is that everybody that was around you, including Diligent, actually knew about your sexual deviation and they still hung out with you anyway. Cool.
Gay is an integral part of who I am, and I have always carried myself with dignity, honesty, and self-respect. I refuse to let anyone twist my identity into something it is not or use it as a weapon against me. I have been in a committed marriage for many years with my partner, who works in the legal field. We have built a life together based on love, trust, and integrity. Throughout my life, I have upheld the highest standards of respect for myself and others. Like anyone else, I am entitled to a private life, and I do not owe anyone an explanation for it.
Oh, cool. So you don't have to explain to people why you're running around like a puppy, dude. It gets better. This is probably the best part of it right here.
The images circulating on social media are deeply personal and private, never intended for public use or exploitation.
What? Excuse me? The images that are circulating in social media are literally images that you posted publicly to the internet for anybody to see. For anybody to see. I repeat, you posted those images publicly to the internet for anyone to see yourself. You posted them. Not to a private page, not to a page that is unseeable unless you know the super secret code. No.
Exploitation. Their unauthorized distribution is not only an invasion of my privacy but a desperate and malicious attempt to discredit me. I will not stand idly by while grotesque lies are weaponized against me. This is a calculated effort to undermine my character, and I will take all necessary actions to defend myself against these falsehoods.
Falsehoods. Yeah. You're going to sue somebody for sharing the pictures that you shared to the internet for sharing. The pictures that you shared to the internet for sharing, the same pictures that you were using to acquire and entice more people to join into your sexual deviancy. So, like, just to be clear, nobody cares you're gay. Nick Ricade is gay. It's fine. You can be as gay as you want. Ain't nobody worried about that. Everybody was more worried about the whole, you dressing up as a dog, wearing diapers, and being a puppy. That's what people are worried about, because those people are definitely heads, for sure. 100%. Oh, show. There's really no sugarcoating that or putting anything else on that, but the fact that it's still coming forward and happening. I mean, if dude thinks it's gonna go away, it ain't gonna go away. I see that shit posted over on Kiwi Farm, so that shit is here to stay, homie. Here to stay. Here to stay. So we will keep our eyes on this particular thing. And I mean, just be clear, Lil Mean Tweets, the person that actually posted it, fucking blocked me. They blocked me. So don't act like, like I haven't tried to get in here. That's why I haven't made a thread on it. Is because Mofo blocked me because I was like, hey, there's really no evidence that Diligent was doing any of that stuff. I mean, he probably knew about it, but, like, the guy in the picture isn't him. And if you're trying to imply that, then you're kind of an asshole. And then, oh, look at that. I got blocked, right? I got blocked. So there's a lot going on here, dude. And then even more so, they went off and they made their whole entire thread and did their expose and everything. And it wasn't until I showed up with that picture of him and Diligent that actually confirmed that it was him that this actually even took off and went anywhere. So you got to be pretty clear that there's a lot of moving things. And look at this. I'm currently being stalked by Diligent and his dog mask wearing friends, hon. I'm a female. I know how to make you... How does that make you feel? They are bullying me to the Dom Daddy boyfriend of Roz as a cop, and all okay. I did nothing wrong, and I am not a freak of nature. I have 0 skeletons in my closet. I did do this for fun. This all hurt my soul, and I'm worried about my safety. And I feel like I'm going to get harmed physically, let alone silly other threats, and Diligent is helping. Thanks a lot, dude. Trying anything to try and save face. Yeah. Think about that. How deep it gets into the weeds oh so quickly, indeed. Actually, I thought I saw a Diligent post on here, but apparently I don't see it anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I think, dude. Like, is it demonic shit? Is that Amber Turd? Yeah, I have no idea if it's Amber Turd. Sounds like her, though. Yeah, dude. Think about this. Who cares, bro? As if I'm going to give him a pass for this wretched degenerate behavior after I lit up these two dudes for doing the same thing. Have some fucking standards for acceptable behavior, people. Same mask. Same mask. Same mask. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ. Like, shut it down, bro. Shut it down. It's all over. Just go back into the doghouse for a little bit. People are going to forget. They always do. It'll be fine. But, you know, all of this stuff on here. But this is not the first time this type of thing has happened. This is not the first time that the underage thing has come up. I mean, just last year, this was all pretty big into it. And, you know, he basically did the same thing over and over and over. Yeah. What's with the dog stuff? Yeah, I don't know what's with the dog stuff, dude. I don't know why people want to be dogs or get boned like dogs. Seems a little weird to me, son. Like, seems a little weird to me. Actually, this video is a perfect example of what it seems to be. It's a fucking crash. A fucking plane crash.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Tower, you're seeing this airplane just crash into
Yeah, don't fucking move.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
You know what I don't get? Whether you're like a woman or a man, like just think about all of the insane shit that we've done on the internet. And has anybody really ever tried to kill us or do any of that shit? Yeah. But we made through it just fine. Like, people on the internet are pussies. Like, seriously? You could have gotten $30K for that plane crash. $30K for that plane crash. Just think about that shit, dude. Think about that shit, duh. Think about it. Be clear. Be understandable. Be aware. Be the one. Yeah. Be the real deal. Right? Be the real deal. Be Mike Flynn at Mar-a-Lago with President Trump and Mike fucking Tyson. We got Q plus, QT, fucking that one guy that plays music. Dude, this is a crack show, bro. General Flynn, Donald Trump, together again. Mike Flynn was throwing a party at Mar-a-Lago and Trump showed up. That's what happened. And then he said this.
And thank you, General. This is, let me tell you, this guy, he's the real deal. He's a real general. And I told him, I offered him about 10 jobs. I think he's doing so well he doesn't need them. But I said, anytime you want to come in, you know that, Mike, okay? And just take care of yourself. Good luck, everybody. Have a good time. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Donald Trump offered him like 10 jobs and he denied them all because he's making too much money, hawking Israeli spyware to spy on Americans and everyone so that they could basically turn Israel into the 5th generational warfare field where they like murder people and shit, utilizing AI. That's fucking crazy. It's not really crazy though. It's like what's been going on. I've been trying to tell people about it a lot, but then if you don't believe it, remember, all of this basically comes back up into this little country called Palantir, company called Palantir, because, you know, besides having lots of other abilities out there, just listen to what he says they got going on.
Alex, as always, we have a lot of individual investors on the line. Is there anything you'd like to say before we end the call?
We're doing it. We're doing it. And I'm sure you're enjoying this as much as I am. Let's not talk to analysts about the burden of being right, our burdens of investing in ontology, our burdens of actually looking at the math. the burden of reading what the Rule of 40 is, the burden of being honest about
10
what an
mediocre
enterprise
hand
software
jobs.
company is, or the burden of explaining to your
From what,
friends
like
that
a
you're really
like
happy.
a 15-year-old?
Maybe we should just stop talking about it. I'm very happy to have you along for the journey, and you are partners for us. Every Palantirian, we are crushing it. Everyone else who's listening, we are dedicating our company. We have dedicated our company to the service of the West and the United States of America, and we're super proud of the role we play, especially in places we can't talk about. And we love our
Places
success
we
in the
can't
U.S.
talk
and
about?
globally. Also,
Israel.
we are doing in the United
Israel.
Kingdom and many other places. Palantir is here to disrupt and make the institutions we partner with the very best in the world, and when it's necessary, to scare enemies and on occasion kill them. And we hope
On
you're in
occasion,
favor
kill
of
them.
that. We hope you're enjoying being a partner, and we're really happy and very, very focused on what we're doing. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah. So they're using Palantir to kill people. Specifically, they're using Palantir and testing it out in Israel as a way of targeting individuals for maximum, I guess it was damage, right? Damage? Is it maximum damage? The more you start looking at that whole situation, the easier it's probably going to be. Now, if you knew how far back it went, you'd probably be even more questioning.
Look, we built PG, which single-handedly stopped.
Yeah, if I was applying for a job and this guy was interviewing, or I was interviewing with this guy, I would probably, I would probably break the rules and explode his head with my mind powers, just like make it pop right in front of me. But put up a shield real quick so all the blood doesn't get on me because that would suck.
The rise of the far right in
It would be so fast that nobody would even know what would happen, and I would even be shocked.
Europe. We built Foundry, which was used to distribute the COVID vaccine and saved millions of lives globally. We built what we call multi-constellation, and what's often called the digital kill chain.
The digital kill
they're
chain.
category-defining products. So when you deliver these products to the market, just honestly, people say this isn't going to exist, this isn't valuable, but then it changes the market. And then the market is the Palantir market. Now, that doesn't mean everyone in the world is going to buy our product, but it means most of the sensible people in the world are going to buy from the category we defined. Look, we built PG, which single-handedly stopped the rise of the far right in Europe. We built Foundry, which was used to distribute the COVID vaccine and saved millions of.
Yeah, we have a kill chain. Yeah, we don't have a kill chain. Well, the United States does have a kill chain, but where did they test it? They've been testing it in Israel for a really long time, just like in Ukraine. Why do you think they keep putting all that money into Ukraine that nobody can find and shit? They're testing weapons, bro. They're testing weapons and systems, right? And it's been so many different companies that have been putting it together. We've shown you very different other people, right? And this is the guy that Elon Musk is pushing as the new face of right-wing nationalism, even though he was the guy that bragged about stopping right-wing nationalism and white nationalism in Europe. And then, what happened to Europe? It became an immigrant zone where it looks nothing like it used to, and Doctor Who is now black and literally failing. It's kind of fucking retarded, right? It's really fucking weird, dude. When you look at it and everything, I mean, look at it even farther. Like, I don't fucking agree with Nick Fuentes, ever, but what's this? Palantir CEO Alex Karp said his company single-handedly started the far right in Europe. Peter Thiel, the co-founder of Palantir, with Karp and its largest individual shareholder. And Thiel mentored J.D. Vance and launched his political career. And now they're trying to say that they're the face of the far right in America, or they're trying to stop the far right in America. J.D. Vance, vice president, he's married to an Indian woman, as I remember it. And then we got this Jewish guy or whatever working with the other Jewish guy that's like a gazillionaire who, as I believe, just got that offer from Trump for $500 billion to do what again? Build an AI, the Stargate AI project, or the AI Stargate project, or however you want to call it. Do you see what's happening here? Like, in 2018 and on, we basically watched the rise of Q, and they utilized that system to basically train their stuff, right? But on top of that, they basically went a step forward with it and kept on programming it. Now you're looking at how they're going to use the technology and the ideas that you thought were going to be here to save you, and they're not doing any of that shit. They're here to fucking stop you. They're here to silence you. They're giving you the illusion of free speech. They're giving you the illusion of all of it. That's why I think Elon Musk is like the big dark horse of this whole thing, because who's going to run for president after Donald Trump? He is. Right? But how is that going to work?
Well,
they're going to make it work. This is how it's going to happen.
To try to get $1 trillion out of the deficit. And if the deficit is not brought under control, America will go bankrupt. This is a very important thing for people to understand. A country is no different from an individual in that if an individual overspends, an individual can go bankrupt, and so can a country. And the massive waste toward.
Hey, I hate to fucking break it to you, Elon. The United States has been bankrupt like fucking $29 trillion ago.
Abuse that has been going on, which is leading to a $2 trillion a year deficit. That's what the president was handed on Jan 20th, a $2 trillion deficit. It's insane.
For this fiscal year.
Yeah, we inherited.
Yeah.
And inflation is back. I'm only here for 2.5 weeks.
That was January.
Inflation is back.
For a week.
No, think of it. Inflation's back. And they said, oh, Trump inflation. I had nothing to do with it. These people have run the country. They spent money like nobody's ever spent.
Well,
you know, haven't you noticed gas is back up to like $4 a gallon almost where I'm at? I just went and looked at the price of eggs at the grocery outlet market. Like, you know, dude, like Trump's America isn't starting off booming, and obviously we can't blame him for any of that shit. But, you know, looking at the price of eggs, like I went to fucking the discount store for grade AA medium eggs at $7.49. For simply extra large eggs, cage free grade A, $8.49. And yep, them some $11 eggs right there for fucking, you know, the big pack. For the big pack. And what is that all about, dude? Why are, you know, what's going on, right? Like, I thought we were supposed to be getting a little bit of relief, but now we're starting to talk about tariffs and throwing up all this other bullshit. So, are we okay? Are things gonna be okay? Or are we just kind of screwed right now? Because it kind of feels like, you know, the setup has been clear. Everything is being placed, and now we got the commander-in-chief and the first buddy moving on forward.
What Doge is doing is illegal. Elon Musk is more street vernacular for a male body part. It's a constitutional crisis.
Okay. Why are they reacting like this?
Well, first of all, do you give it flying rip? Oh, number one, and
well, I guess we must be over the target or doing something right. You know, if like they wouldn't be complaining so much if we weren't doing something useful. I think. What all we're really trying to do here is restore the will of the people through the president.
God damn, how much fucking plastic surgery have you gotten? And how much Ozempic are you taking?
And what we're finding is that there's an unelected bureaucracy. Speaking of unelected, there's a vast federal bureaucracy that is implacably opposed to the president and the cabinet. And you look at, say, DC voting, it's 92% Kamala. Okay, so we're 92% Kamala. That's a lot.
They don't like me here either.
I think about that number a lot. I'm like 92%. That's basically almost everyone.
Yeah.
And so, but how can you? if the will of the president is not implemented, and the president is representative of the people, that means the will of the people is not being implemented, and that means we don't live in a democracy, we live in a bureaucracy. And so I think what we're seeing here is the thrashing of the bureaucracy as we try to restore democracy and the will of the people.
You know, we're listening to Elon Musk say that we're restoring democracy, the will of the people. Oh, he knows about America. He's all up on the Americanasium, right? The America zone, I guess, as it were. But could it be more like we're all just kind of getting grifted, guys? We're just getting grifted. We're getting grifted.
It says tech support because I'm here to provide the president with technology support. And now that may seem like it says tech support because.
Yep. Elon, he's just tech support, dude. I'm just here to provide support. I'm just here to provide support for everyone.
The president will make these executive orders, which are very sensible and good for the country, but then they don't get implemented. So if you take for example, all the funding for the migrant hotels, the president issued an executive order. Hey, we need to stop taking taxpayer money.
Todd Jr., the president? No fucking way, dude.
Which makes no sense. Like, obviously,
you might as well say Barron Trump is the president at this point.
To fund high-end hotels for illegals. And yet they were still doing that, even as late as last week. And so, we went in there and we're like, this is in violation of the presidential executive order. It needs to stop. So what we're doing here is one of the biggest functions of the DOGE team is just making sure that the presidential executive orders are actually carried out.
Yeah, we're just making sure that, the Trump's will is being carried out because we rule by executive order now because we can't get anything done in Congress, apparently. Is that what's really happening? Or is there something else a little bit more that is happening that maybe we should be worried about? I mean, should we be mad about the amount of money that is being wasted? Sure, but I think we should be even madder to think what we're going to do.
I think the average tax-paying American should be mad as hell because their tax money is being poorly spent.
All right, let me go to the second question first. I want to know because people like Joni Ernst and
Joni Ernst has tried for a long time, and she's actually got a lot of good data. Senator Ernst has been really helpful, actually.
Okay, but they actually hide what the real purpose of the spending is. Sure. In other words, this is a question. How did you decipher? It will say.
I don't know if that. Dude, you might as well throw Kamala up. She probably got to have a better shot than Biden. I mean, you think his ass is going to make it till then? I don't think so.
Humanitarian blah, blah, blah in Serbia or Afghanistan. We even give money to China for crying out loud, which I think is nuts.
We'll give money to the Taliban.
What money to the Taliban?
Like a lot.
All right, so.
I mean, we gave the Taliban a shitload of stuff, dude. They got fucking tanks, Humvees, Black Hawk helicopters, computers, and all the fucking shit, dude. The Taliban should fucking love us. Yo, Taliban, don't be fucking with America shit. We left you all that shit. You got all of it. We gave you all that money. Quit being assholes. Just chill fuck out.
So, like, for what? But I want to see the pictures of what they did.
Yeah, what did the Taliban do with all that shit that we left? They fucking used it, dog. That's what they're doing. I mean, come on. They got left with all that armor and shit. And have they started a war or done anything? Nah, dog. Because they're just like, nah, man, this is our shit now. We good. We ain't going to lose any of this shit. We're just going to keep it right here. Oh, my gosh. You just can't really understand what they're trying to do. I mean, you can see what Trump and Elon are trying to do, and I mean, it's working for him. People are loving this shit.
I would think liberals would love the fact that you have the biggest electric vehicle company in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be adored by the left,
Yeah, not anymore.
Less so these days.
He killed that, huh?
I mean, less.
I really didn't.
Well, I mean, this whole sort of like, they call it like Trump derangement syndrome, and I don't, you don't realize how real this is until like you can't reason with people. So like I was at a friend's birthday party in LA, just a birthday dinner, and it was like a nice, quiet dinner, and everyone was behaving normally. And I happened to mention, this is before the election, like a month or two before, I happened to mention the president's name. And it was like they got shot with a dart in the jugular that contained like methamphetamine and rabies. Okay, and they're like, "Wow!" And I'm like, "What is wrong, guys? Like, you can't have like a normal conversation." Yeah. And it's like they become completely irrational.
I would think liberals would love the fact that you have the biggest electric vehicle company in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be adored by the left,
Yeah, not anymore.
Less so these days.
He killed that, huh?
I mean, less.
I really didn't.
Well, I mean, this whole sort of like,
Yeah, you're right, though. He was the new Green Deal darling. He was the darling of the whole thing. He completely chewed up and spit out the Democrats and used them for everything that they could. And now he's doing the same thing coming up to Trump. He's doing the same thing with Trump. People just don't see it.
No, I think the issue is they're not whacking enough. There's this concept in private equity when you get a bankrupt company and you go in there, you cut 20% more than your initial read. And then you find like a pool of mercury, the organization gels back together again. Always cut deeper, harder when there's fat and waste. The FAA, it's not the people. The code is cobalt. It's from the 60s. It needs CapEx put into it for the technology. We upgraded to make it safer. Fat like a chicken. All of these agencies are like big fat chickens dripping over barbecues of fat. This is the best barbecue I've ever seen, but I don't think it's happening fast enough. They're not cutting enough. Keep slashing. Keep hacking while you have a 24-month mandate before the midterms.
Keep hacking, keep slashing, keep cutting up the government, Trump. Do what Kevin O'Leary would like. Or, hey, do even what most people would like.
We're going to go into Fort Knox to make sure the gold is there.
Are they going to?
You know that? We're going to go into Fort Knox. Do you know about that?
We're going into Fort Knox,
That was
bitches.
a bad bump.
Are they going to eliminate more national security positions, civilians there?
We'll see what happens. But one of the things we do want to look, I mean, we hope everything's fine with Fort Knox, but we're going to go to Fort Knox, the fabled Fort Knox, to make sure the gold is there.
Yeah, I know it's cobalt, but he called it cobalt because he's a fucking dipshit.
Where would the president brought up?
If the gold isn't there, we're going to be very upset. We're going to go into Fort...
If the gold is not there, we're going to be very upset. Well, Trump, be ready to get upset because that live stream from fucking... That spot's going to show us that we ain't got no gold in the Fort Knox. We ain't got no gold, bitch. All the Jews, they took the gold, motherfucker. But, hey, look at this. Just in, the Ninth Circuit Appeals Court has denied the Trump administration's for emergency relief from the injunction blocking President Trump's birthright citizenship order. Damn, dog. We had them. We were this close, dude. I would have probably gotten thrown out of the country. I don't know. Pretty sure my citizenship's good. I got I pay taxes. I got a fucking social security card, birth certificate, all that shit. Although it does say that I was born at a fucking Masonic temple. That is a little weird. It's a bit weird. I think it was a hospital before. I don't know how that works. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't hear about 9/11. That gold is gone, bro. They stole it all. That shit is gone. That's okay, though, I can't win them all, right? Well, at least the border shut down. I mean, what do we all have to look forward to? Just a bunch of big fun under the sun with all of these individuals trying to say it. That's where you are wrong. You just cannot see why you got to be real clear and real crazy with everything that you be saying. The reality of what's happening here is stupid and crazy. I mean, there's so much fact in the world today. There's so much chop in everything that's going on, and Trump is just kind of effortlessly throwing through all of this stuff with Elon Musk in tow, and there's really nothing to change it, nothing to make it any different other than, we're kind of watching like the reinvigoration of America, but we had to look back at what happened when Bill Clinton did that shit. Did Bill Clinton shit work at the end of the day? Did it work? What do you mean what happens if there's no gold? If there's no gold, that just means that we're double fucked. I mean, all that gold's probably gone, dog. If we ain't got all that gold, that means that, the government's bankrupt, and then that $30 trillion deficit, $30 trillion plus dollar deficit triples, quadruples. And we're fucked. And I mean, unless you're looking at the writing on the walls and you've seen the writing inside the walls, whether you looked at the laser or whatever, there's not much we're going to be able to fix here, my homes. Ain't much we're going to be able to fix here. Ain't much that we're going to be able to go here. I don't know. What's this? Officials have explored the idea of acknowledging the gold reserves at Fort Knox.
Gold sold for $880 per ounce, 25 times what the gold in Fort Knox was sold for. One would think that eventually someone in the government would get wind of what was happening and blow the whistle. The largest fortune in the history of the world stolen. Shades of the old James Bond film, Goldfinger. Well, as a matter of fact, Ian Fleming, the author of the James Bond series, was head of the British counterintelligence service, MI5. Some believe in the intelligence community that he wrote much of his fiction as a warning, as many authors of fiction do. If the removal of all the good delivery gold from Fort Knox can be viewed as a deliberate raid on the U.S. Treasury, then such an operation might well have been years in the making, namely 40 years. Certainly enough time for Fleming to get wind of it and try to prevent it. So just how did the story of the Fort Knox gold robbery get out?
Fort Knox gold robbery?
It all started with an article in a New York periodical in 1974.
No way.
The article charged that the Rockefeller family was manipulating the Federal Reserve to sell off Fort Knox gold at bargain basement prices to anonymous European speculators.
Oh, really?
3 days later, the anonymous source of the story, Louise Auchincloss Boyer, mysteriously fell to her death from the window of her 10th floor apartment in New York.
Fell to her death,
How would Mrs. Boyer have known of the Rockefeller connection to the Fort Knox gold heist? She was the longtime secretary of Nelson Rockefeller.
No way.
For the next 14 years, this man, Ed Durrell,
they did away with the gold standard because they jacked all the gold?
Devoted himself to a quest for the truth concerning the Fort Knox gold. He wrote thousands of letters to over 1,000 government and banking officials, trying to find out how much gold was really left and where the rest of it had gone. Edith Roosevelt, the granddaughter of President Teddy Roosevelt, questioned the actions of the government in a March 1975 edition of the New Hampshire Sunday News. Allegations of missing gold from our Fort Knox vaults are being widely discussed in European financial circles. But what is puzzling is that the administration is not hastening to demonstrate conclusively that there is no cause for concern over our gold treasure, if indeed it is in a position to do so. Unfortunately, Ed Durrell never did accomplish his primary goal, a full audit of the gold reserves.
It's going to be more than a clusterfuck, homie.
It's incredible that the world's greatest treasure has had little accounting or auditing. This gold belonged to the American people, not the Federal Reserve, and their foreign owners. One thing is certain. The government could blow all of this speculation away in a few days with a well-publicized audit under the searing lights of media cameras.
Yet they
It has
never did
chosen
it.
not to do so. One must conclude.
Yeah, why didn't it do it? Why didn't they ever audit it? And how long ago was this video made? Because that looks like some straight up 90s video technology, my guy. You know, this is looking pretty sus. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this was maybe even the 70s or 80s, to be perfectly honest. Like, if they were asking about that show all the way back then, why the fuck haven't they done it till now? Probably because they know.
That they are afraid of the truth
2001?
such an audit would reveal.
No way, bro. This is 2001?
What is the government so afraid of?
What the fuck, bro? It's so blurry.
Here's the answer. When President Ronald Reagan took office in 1981, his conservative friends urged him to study the feasibility of returning to a gold standard as the only way to curb government spending. It sounded like a reasonable alternative.
Oh,
so
yeah.
President Reagan appointed a group of men called the Gold Commission to
Bill probably fucking looking completely fucking old as fuck, man. He probably looking wrinkly as hell.
study the situation and report back to Congress. What Reagan's Gold Commission reported back to Congress in 1982 was the following shocking revelation concerning gold. The U.S. Treasury owned no gold at all. All the gold that was left in Fort Knox was now owned by the Federal Reserve, a group of private bankers, as collateral against the national debt. The truth of the matter is that never before has so much money been stolen
Jewish
from the hands of
bankers
the general
took it.
public.
Which Jewish bankers, the ones in control of the Federal Reserve? Look that shit up. Tell me that I'm not saying the truth. Oh,
and
what?
put into the hands of a small group of private investors, the money changers.
The money changers. Whoever those money changers. There's some people out there that love them some money. I ain't never met one of them that don't love the money and stealing it and spending it and doing whatever they want to do with it. You gotta really think about it. You gotta think about this shit, dude. You can't be putting it off or acting like it isn't there and it's not happening because it's been happening right in front of your fucking face. You know? Betamax. That was Betamax, bro. You know, we're in a crazy situation, right? Like, there's all these leftists that are flipping their shit about what's happening in Russia and Ukraine, and they're all crazy pissed off about fucking Russian expansionism, but they're totally and 100% okay with the Israeli expansionism, them killing motherfucking people and kicking it off their own land and shit, and looking to expand their territory into Greater Israel. It's the same shit on both sides. Like, you know, if you fucking don't like Israel, how are you not, you know, how are you liking fucking, or if you don't like Russia, how are you not liking Israel? How you liking Israel? It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But on the flip side, right, everything that we've been seeing is pushing us to this ultimate realization that, you know, the debt is gone. Right? Like, the gold is gone. The only thing that's running the U.S. economy is hopes and fucking prayers, dog. There's as much backing the United States dollar as backing a fucking Bitcoin in reality. I think the only difference is one has got shitloads of math behind it. That's pretty much it. But, you know, we look at the debt clock, right? You know, that national debt's $36 trillion, bitch. 36 trillion motherfucking dollars. Oh, what's this time machine? Yeah, let's take the time machine. Let's go back to 2004 when I graduated high school. Wow. In 20 years, the national debt has grown by almost $30 million. And federal spending was only at like $2 trillion. I mean, when did this even start happening? Like, let's go back to 1980, dude. 1980 was just barely hitting $1 trillion. You gotta be fucking joking me, Doug. Gotta be joking me. Gots to be joking me. And how much is happening in this entirety of this shit. There's literally no way that we gonna get out of here. Let's look at gold and precious metals. Look at that, man. Gold ounces. Allegedly, we have 286 million ounces of gold in our wares. And who wants to think that that's not actually real? I mean, probably not actually real, right? It's fucked, dude. It's just facts, bro. Like, it's an insurmountable debt. It's an insurmountable debt that cannot be paid back in the lifetime of me, your children, and your children's children. If you worked every single fucking day, 8 hours a day with no fucking break until the day that you died, and then your kids kept doing it, and if somehow we managed to make it so that, say, you were getting $50 an hour for that, people still wouldn't be able to pay it back. It's crazy, right? Like, the price of a person is so insane, and the amount of money that a person's got to deal with. Like, I don't even know, man. Just looking at that number is fucking crazy. $36 trillion. But how many people in the U.S. Not in debt, just in the U.S., motherfucker. 334 billion. 334 million. God damn. Every American citizen, if we were to just like cut the shit and stop it right there, every American would owe $100,000. Yeah, we're all gonna be slaves, bro. We all gonna be slaves. We're all gonna be slaves, dog. For the rest of our lives. For the rest of our lives. For the rest of our lives, we're gonna be slaves. Your shit's. Your portion of the debt, American citizen, is $107,000. Some of you make that in a year, right? Some people make that in a year. Most of us don't. Oh, yeah, most of us don't make that in 2 years, right? If you're a real American, and I mean, you gotta think, dude. It's so insurmountable to think about. Like, if I was a kid growing up this day, like, I remember my first job working at McDonald's getting $7.25 an hour, right? And I could afford an apartment, a car, payment, insurance, cell phone, gas, everything. And I was living comfortable. I had a fucking big screen projection TV, 2-bedroom apartment to myself. Life was good. It's making $7.25 an hour. And then, if you think, like, what's the minimum wage nowadays? I think right now in Nevada, it's $12 an hour. And if you were making $12 an hour and that was it would be impossible to pay the bills that you were paying in 2004, 20 years ago, right? And back then, like, people like me had dreams of buying houses, and then you just see it going ever so far away where you're just like, you're either super highly skilled and you make it through the 1,000, 2,000 candidates that are applying for the job, or you got to build your own shit and you got to make your way through that shit and hopefully don't fuck up and hopefully you can get some people to help you out on it. Like, think about it. All those shovel-ready jobs BHO talked about, all they did was dig a grave for the U.S. You're right, man. You're right. Honestly, something needs to come back. Like, what is it? This conservation corps? Like, ZCP USA, right? Wasn't there a fucking, like, thing back in the day? Yeah, it was like CCP or something like that. No. It was a long time ago where, like, they paid American citizens to do the work of, like, infrastructure. So, like, hundreds of Americans, would leave their homes and then go and live in, like, tent villages building out fucking railroads and shit like that. Like, that's the kind of thing that's only going to save us. And even then, where are we going to get the money for all of that? I think that's what the CC, the Conservation Corps, right? Like, Conservation Corps. Like, I think that's, like, the only thing that could even save us. And even then, like, that could only save Americans and get them money. The Civilian Conservation Corps. This is it right here. Yeah, the CCC. Voluntary Government Work Relief Program from 1933 to 1942 for the unemployed, unmarried, and basically folks that got out of the wars and had nothing to do because they were having hella problems finding jobs and shit during the Great Depression, right? And then they even had the same thing for women, right? She camps, right? She camps. And that's what it was. Work for play, study, and health, right? Emergency relief commissions all over the place. And it's like, why isn't Trump and Musk talking about putting something together like this for how many different areas are disaster ridden? And right now it's like contractors and stuff that are having to do it. But, there's hundreds of Americans, thousands of Americans, millions of Americans that, are fucking destitute. Go to fucking Portland, Oregon and check out all the goddamn homeless people living there, right? You can round all those motherfuckers up and put them to work. And as long as you police them a little bit, you would get some shit out of it. And if you don't believe me, go watch those sons of bitches put together a goddamn music festival. And I mean, look at them. They're living in tents, bro. Living in tents, building out cities and shit. This is the kind of thing that I think people should really think about, Back in the day, people used to just do this in the stead of their country. Franklin D. Roosevelt would visit these camps. Maybe it wasn't the greatest place, but you know what? It ain't no goddamn Auschwitz, and these guys were picking up shovels and doing all kinds of work and, changing the face of the country, right? This is half the reason America's great, because if you think about it, 1942 when this shit opened, what happened? What else happened around that time? Oh yeah, World War, Battle of Midway, all that shit, right? Yeah, don't forget that shit. Also, Don Julio, 1942. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Also, 1942 is the alleged start of the final solution from the Nazis when the alleged Holocaust had happened, where the 6 million Jews were roasted because they were Jewish and the Germans were bad people. Right? So, a lot of shit happening around that time, right? A lot of things going on. But, they're not talking about doing this. What if we had the CCC for fucking computers? The CCCC! The Civilian Conservation Computer Corps. You know what I'm saying? And then we train all these motherfuckers how to code. We train them all how to code and how to work on computers. Because, like, you know, all those guys didn't know how to build roads and shit when they showed up there. No, dude, monkeys, you just gotta listen. Just listen up, monkey. You can get the shit done. You can do it, monkey. Just have a little faith in yourself. Have a little faith in yourself, monkey. So, I guess that's pretty much it for me today. I don't really got anything else for you. I got to bed anyway. Gotta go to work up in the morning. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for joining us here, and hopefully you guys get whatever you're looking for, figure out what's going down for you, enjoy whatever it is that you got going on over here, and definitely don't fly Delta Airlines unless you want to flip over and you're planning to get 30K, unless you're okay with that. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. That's it. It's adios. You know, that's it. Nothing else. You know, closing time. Every new beginning comes from some other beginnings, and yeah, I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I. You like me playing the little ukulele over here, the air uke? Shut up. I'm done. I'm out of here. Have a nice day. Hit the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, or don't. You know, I don't really control you or whatever. I'm not your mom. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Because I mean, if you listen to what I'm telling you to do, break out your wallet, put your credit card information, send me a little bit of money or whatever, and if I don't have the power to do that, then it's all on you. It's up to you. You do you. That's my motto. You do you. I hope you have a good day. Be good out there. And remember, America, land of the brave, home of the free. Sometimes we have eagles. Yeah, eagles. All right, bye. I know who I wanna take me home. Take me